All right. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today across numerous time zones. We're going to be discussing user experience and user interface today at a time when, people are looking at brands in a bit of a different way. So, Zach, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to ask you at this time, when people are looking at brands as more as solutions to problems, how has the importance of good UX changed?
Yeah, so I think over the last decade or so, the importance of user experience has changed pretty dramatically, right? So when I started my career as a web designer, 20 years ago, design was really an afterthought. Features and UX were designed in engineering, and the design function was really to just make that look pretty at the very end of the production flow. Uh, and since then, we've seen a massive surge in new competition. In 2011, there were 150 SaaS businesses in the MarTech space. Today, there's over 8,000. What that means is technology's flattened the competitive landscape, and today it's easier than ever to start a new company and compete globally. And as a result, the way that companies differentiate and compete in the market is by investing in better product, a better user experience. That all starts with design. And so just at a very high level, we've just seen a massive shift in the demand for design and the importance of design really becoming the central hub of organizations, this whole moniker of product design. And yeah, at Dribbble, over the last 3 years or so, we've seen the business grow 6x or so as we've seen just this surge in demand for design.
Mm-hmm. And what does, do you think that shows how companies' attitude to the cost of creating a good design, the cost of hiring, the professionals to do that? Have you seen that changed in the time that you guys have been working?
Yeah, it's changed again pretty dramatically. We've just seen a massive shift towards, I think where the wisdom 10 years ago was that, just throw more engineers at the product and just build more features. And today we're starting to see design really become a central hub in organizations, not only at like Dropbox and Airbnb, who you think of as kind of design centric, but at Fortune 500 companies like Ford, McDonald's, Verizon. Product design has become central to organizations to compete and differentiate in the market by really just building a better product. And that's how you retain and keep customers is by building a better interface. 10 years ago, the wisdom was just build a scrappy website, just get it live. And we have a lot of ugly websites out in the world. And, fast forward today, we just have consumers just have a higher bar for quality. There was a study out of Stanford that showed that 75% of users make a judgment of your brand within 500 milliseconds, a half a second after seeing your website. So design is more important than ever before.
Great stuff. And Ilan, obviously you guys at TripActions, very design-led company, and you are unfortunately one of the companies that many companies have been affected at the moment by the coronavirus. At the moment, have you made any alterations to your UX and UI in response to the massive shift that's happened?
Yeah, so I think that for us being a travel company, when this whole virus, kind of exploded and kind of like we felt really being at the forefront, fighting with this or getting impacted by this pandemic first. Obviously now it affects everything, everyone, everywhere. But I think, we realized that we actually have a really, really good opportunity here to help. Because yes, as much as we got impacted, all of our customers got impacted. And if you are a business travel manager during that time where the virus kind of like was still in China, but then, there's like 50 cases in Italy, maybe it's slightly bigger than just Wuhan. And then, Iran actually got impacted. And Italy now is 200, and the next day it's 500. And things started to evolve in kind of like an exponential manner. It really drove a lot of changes in a very short time. So what I've experienced during this time, and I think what all of us have experienced, is never-ending changing reality that happens really rapidly. And it's very difficult it was really difficult during this like 5-6 weeks where the virus got spread from Italy slowly to Germany and then France and Spain. And Spain got like really got hit pretty badly. And in the US, it was still okay. And then, whoa, New York got hit pretty badly. And every week or every day, the reality was completely different. So if today life was normal, 3 days later, suddenly the CDC says, highly recommended not to go to Italy, not to go to Iran, not to go to China, not to go to Singapore. And then 2 days later, do not go to Italy, do not go to Iran. And 5 days later, highly recommended, don't go to Spain. And 2 days after, do not go to Spain. And I think it was at some point, no more flights from Europe. And all of these things happen in the course of like 2 weeks. So during this time, you know, trying to manage your travel program is very difficult because you have travelers all over the place. You have people that have had the travel planned. You have people that already have traveled and are now in Italy. So what do you do? How do you even know that they are there? How can you contact them? So what we realized is that, you know, us being a travel agency combined with a really, you know, a technological company together, we have access to the data. We have access because it's our data. We have access to the tool because it's our tool. And we also are the travel agency. We realized that, you know, we can quickly adjust to this new reality and provide tools that in one place that would basically help the business travel managers take control over their program. And so what we've done is basically, it was a pure UX move. We took a lot of bits and pieces of information and the UI elements that we already had across the entire platform in the reports and in the ability in the duty of care part where you can reach out to users, in the global map where you can see where your travelers are at. And we put them all together and created a new place, a new area called the Corona dashboard, coronavirus dashboard. And it really shows you, for the travel manager, it shows you where your travelers are at, but more specifically with the Corona. So we connected it to the CDC. And if there's a country that is blocked and marked as do not go, it will show up there and you will see all planned travel there. And you can, with one click, with a template, reach out to those travelers and practically cancel the travel very easily. You can block, if you tick this thing, you can just block all attempts to book a travel to areas or countries that the CDC has blocked. Other things is, you know, there was this whole period of time where you had travelers that came back home, but now they need to be quarantined. So you have this place where you can see, oh, you have 3 travelers that just got back from Italy 4 days ago. With one click, you can reach out to them and tell them, stay home for the next 8 days, because you need to complete a 2 weeks quarantine or 12 days quarantine at home. So that was like the first batch of tools that we basically just meshed up together into a one dashboard. But by now we have expanded it more and more because we know that travelers or travel will start resuming and it will be gradual. And so we've plugged a lot of tools that help users and travelers and business travel managers to get ready for getting back to travel.
That's brilliant. And Carey, does that sort of idea of empowerment of designers and engineers, does that ring true from what you're seeing from the briefs that you're getting through and what your clients are asking for?
You know, it does. And I think what Ilan's describing is exactly the right approach in a time like this. So we have clients that are in the travel industry, who are obviously feeling a shift in priorities. We have foundations whose missions are becoming incredibly important. We're working in health tech, we're working in legal tech, and everyone is feeling the same challenges, which is that they're trying to keep their employees safe, while keeping their business functioning and increasing, customer loyalty, or at least sustaining customer loyalty. And the way you react to a situation like this is going to determine a lot for those businesses in the next 3 to 6 months to even a year. So an ability to pivot, to shift quickly, to be agile in how you respond to this is really important. And so for us, because we're in client services, and our job is really to make sure our clients are keeping a focus on what their customers need through their products, right? That's the number one reason that we partner with our clients. And right now, everyone is distracted, and everyone is suffering. So if your customer base is all of a sudden going through what could be financial issues, severe ones, what could be health issues, what is certainly anxiety issues and uncertainty, you can't do business as usual. It's not going to serve you to pretend it's not happening. So that's really what we're trying to talk to our clients about. And we feel it too, right? Because our clients' priorities are shifting, their resources are shifting. So it's our job to both be a partner to them and to be understanding and to put them first. But our other job is to make sure they're still putting their customers first.
Got it. And then that's the paradox, right? It's having to spend more at a time when spend is just not happening within a lot of industries right now.
Yeah, it's true. And I think, what Ilan said rung true for me too, in the sense that what customers are expecting right now is for the brands that they utilize, that they're used to increase what they're providing them, right? So in a moment when they have less resources, they actually want more. And have higher expectations. So in any way that you can bring value, whether that's increasing their efficiency, whether that is saving them time, saving them money, but definitely providing a little bit of joy, if you can, is going to be incredibly meaningful, and they're going to remember it. And UI and UX is absolutely one of the main ways you can do that in the digital product world. So
wonderful. Well, guys, just to wrap up then, what I'd love to hear is you guys as experts in this field, who is doing this really well? Who is really killing it at user experience right now? Zack, I'm going to jump to you first again.
Yes, so I think Zoom is a great example, right? They definitely come out of the pack of many competitors in the video conferencing market, and they've made it to the lead. Their brand has become a verb. Really just by building a better product, right? It's reliable, it's stable, the interface is clean, it just works really well.
Great.
So yeah, I think that's a great example.
Wonderful. Ilan, what are you thinking?
My pick is completely outside of the corporate and work world. It's an application called Duolingo. It's for acquiring a new language. And I think the reason that I really love what they've done with the UX is that they managed to take something that by nature should be in person with other people, with the audio and the loudness and the language and everything, and managed to make it very engaging. And I give them a lot of credit for this work.
Fabulous. And Carey, finish up with you.
Yeah, product we're using all the time really to facilitate online collaboration and remote and distributed collaboration is called Miro, M-I-R-O. It's sort of a virtual whiteboard, but it has a lot of great features that are terrific when you're a distributed creative team.
Fabulous. Cool. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.